Let's continue finding a slope from 2 points that are given. So we did that example. Let's do one more. So for our second one, we are going to do 1 and -19, and then -2 and -7. Okay. So we're not gonna graph it because that takes too long. So we're just gonna say, okay, I know that slope is equal to rise over run, which basically means change in y over change in x. So it basically means what am I doing to the first y value in order to bring it to the second, and what am I doing to the first x value in order to bring it to the second. So if I look at it, and it's always good to write all this out, right? So you should be writing down exactly what I have. So how do I get from this y, -19 to -7? Well, I know that in order to go from -19 to -7, I'm basically going to add, 12. I'm going to add 12, right, because -19 plus 12 is going to give me -7. And then how do I go from this 1 to -2? How do I go from 1 to -2? Well, I'm going to subtract 3. And here, this actually simplifies. Unlike the first one, which was -1 over 26, this one actually simplifies. So I know a positive divided by a negative is a negative, and then 12 divided by 3 is 4. So the slope of this line is going to be -4. I'll do one more just to help us out. I'll do one more. And so this one is going to be the third one, and it's -4 over 7. -4, 7, sorry, and then -6, -4. So again, it's always good to write stuff out. So I know my slope is change in y over change in x. So for my first y value, I have 7, and I'm going to -4. And I can think of it on a number line, right? If I'm at +7 on my y, or just a number line, just a vertical number line, if I'm at 7 and I'm going down to -4, well, I know I'm gonna have to subtract. I'm gonna have to subtract 7 and then subtract 4 more. So it's basically subtracting 11 places. And then how do I go from -4 to -6? Well, if I'm at -4 and I'm trying to get to -6, I'm just gonna go down 2 steps. So I'm going down, so it'll be -2. And this doesn't really simplify. However, you can, a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So the negatives actually just cancel out, and all you're left with is 11 over 2 as your slope. Now, your slope, you can either leave it in a fraction, so it really helps us to see that way because then it's rise over run, or you could, if you wanted to, put this in a decimal form, and that would just be 5.5. Both of those work. People usually prefer a fraction because you can see the rise over run easily. Okay, so if you want, try to do as many as you can on this paper, on that one. Okay, and I hope this helps.